And how'd you get your start?
I actually started playing wheelchair basketball when I was 5 years old. It started off, I wanted to play sport just like all my friends, and they found a wheelchair softball league, but it did not have a winner and a loser. It was more of a challenger softball league, and I did not like that at all. I'd rather lose than tie. So after that, somebody came to my parents and said, hey, you should try wheelchair basketball, and I've been playing ever since.
And you're on the Parapan team, right? That
Yes,
won,
sir.
The gold?
Yes, sir, it was.
Tell us about that. That was your first
This is my
global
first
experience, yeah.
my first Olympic run at all. So that was my first Parapan Games, and it was an experience that I wasn't ready for at first. It was just huge. It was amazing, and being in a village, what was weird is I remember all the food we had to eat, all the stuff that we got to see. But to be in such a good team with such great players, it was an awesome experience.
So talk about the camaraderie when teams coming together, and then second part of the question, tell us about your aspirations for Rio.
I feel like this is probably the closest team I've ever been on. We all eat together, even on a small table. We'll fit 12 deep. We get along just collectively as a group. We have a lot of fun personalities, and I think the goal is gold. I wouldn't say it's gold or bust. You know, we're not that kind of heavy favorites, but I think we have a great opportunity to go down there and really do something special for the U.S. and for the Paralympic movement in general.
And your specialty, what do you think?
I think I bring a lot of fun to the team. Maybe off the court might be my biggest area. I have a lot of energy all the time, and I believe that when I come onto the court, whatever group I'm in, plays up a little level just energy-wise. Maybe three-pointers, maybe that's what my coach would say, but in my opinion, it's the energy.
Other teams you guys are concerned with?
Oh, there's a lot of good teams this year. There's no real heavy favorite. Australia obviously won the World Championships. England's a very talented team. Spain's here, they're very talented. But overall, I'd say this is the most even Paralympics I've ever heard of, and obviously this is my first one. But what the guys say, that there's no real favorite going into it.
So why wheelchair basketball versus any other sport you could pick?
I tried actually track when I was about 10 years old, and I was good at it, I was fast, but I loved the contact. The contact is what really drove me to this. I was able to compete because I'm a 2'5", so if I were to try to play wheelchair, let's say hockey, sled hockey, a lot of those guys are amputees, and physically they're just so much stronger. So this gave me a chance to compete with people of my own level of disability and do well.
What can you add about Rio? What's in the back of your mind? You make that quantum leap, onto a team like that, and it's got to be a totally different level.
To play against the best is something I've always wanted to do. It's something I've wanted to do ever since I was a child, and even heard of the Paralympics. To be on a team this good is pretty amazing. But for me personally, I've actually won at every level in the Americas, starting from a junior 8.5 foot all the way up to college and the next division after that, championship level. So for me, this would kind of solidify my career. If I was able to win a gold medal, it would change everything.
And tell us about the Paralympic movement. I mean, in the last 15 to 20 years, it's really taken quantum leaps in a great way.
It's been huge. For actually, what made me happy is I go back to my high school pretty often to speak, and one of the kids asked me about the Paralympics. And usually people ask me about the Special Olympics, because that's the one you hear about. You hear about the Olympics and the Special Olympics. And for us to even be not mainstream, but on the verge of that, where people have heard of our sport, people can respect us as athletes, which is all you really want as an athlete, is to be respected as an athlete. So when you go places and people now ask you, so, are you part of the Paralympic team? For me, 5 years ago, it was, are you part of the Special Olympic team? And after working out for, say, 6 hours a day, you go to a Walmart, and that could really bring you down. You work that hard, and then boom, it's a shot. But the fact that that doesn't happen anymore, and people treat you differently, is huge. Without people like you guys come in here, you take time out of your day just to help us with the movement. Maybe even be on ESPN. We don't know how far it could go, but the Invictus Games, really, I saw how far of a jump we actually took, and I think the Paralympics are going to take it that much higher.
Final question. Growing up in Vallejo, what was that like?
It was awesome. I went to a small school called Wheeler High School. They always were giving me the gym so I could practice. I wanted to be good, so I practiced all the time. Even now, when I need a gym, they let me go back and use it anytime I want for free. Like I said, I go back and I talk to the kids, any chance I get. But growing up in a small community was invaluable for me. Knowing everybody, talking to everybody, being treated just as a normal person, doing the crazy stuff that sixth graders do. Whether you go TP a house all the way up to just anything with your friends. And the fact that I'm able to go back and they treat me no different. I travel the world and I come back and I'm just one of the guys. It's a great feeling.
And where was the point in your athletic career where you said, hey, that's it? I want to be on the Paralympic team.
I went to college. I got offered a full scholarship to go to Alabama. And when I went down there after the first practice, my coach took me aside and said, "You're a lot better than I thought. You're more athletic than I thought." And I think that was really all I needed. It was just one or two conversations that was like, I really want to be on the Paralympic team. And when I went to a couple tryouts before, I wasn't ready. But I wanted to do something, and I knew I wasn't going to stop until I got there. And then once I got this next opportunity here, I took advantage, and I never really looked back. Team USA, roll with us.